right, guys, welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken, and today, guys, we have got some late-breaking physical media news. Now, we have talked about this before on the channel. I think I've talked about it on the Physical Media Report before because there were rumors that these were coming out, but I've gotten this question come up a lot, guys. People were curious, when are we getting the Jaws sequels, Jaws 3 and Jaws the Revenge on 4K? Because we did get those rumors, like, I feel like back in February or March. Well, they have been announced officially today. We are getting Jaws, The Revenge, and Jaws 3 on 4K. The sequels of Jaws that nobody wanted, we are getting on 4K, except for me, it feels like. But apparently, guys, there are a lot of people that are excited about this. Who's not excited to complete the Jaws franchise in 4K? And I mean, look, guys, I just did a video talking about collecting movies or having movies in my collection that I don't like because I want to complete a particular franchise. To be honest, I actually like these movies. I really like Jaws 3. I grew up with that one. I love that movie. I love the SeaWorld setting as a kid. But Jaws the Revenge, I remember thinking that was definitely the worst of the franchise when I was a kid, but I still had fun watching that one as well. And I'm looking forward to watching them both in 4K for sure. But let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys so you guys can check it out a little bit better. I'll make myself small at the bottom, or I'll make myself small at the top, whichever one. Let's do the bottom. Let's do the bottom. So, all right. So I am on Groove now. As of right now, they're only available to pre-order, I think, on Groove. They're not available to pre-order on Amazon as of right now. And I don't think they're available on Walmart or anything like that. So they're only available on Groove. Now, I could have waited until Monday for the Physical Media Report, but there are Steelbooks involved here. And while I think they will be available on Amazon and probably Walmart as well, I don't want you guys to miss out on these. So if this is your opportunity to get Jaws 3 and Jaws the Revenge 4K Steelbooks, I want to make sure I get this video out there to you guys as quickly as possible so you can pre-order these things, because that Twister Steelbook sold out super quick. And it came back in stock. It came back in stock, but just in case, like, guys, I want to get this information to you all as quickly as possible. So we're right here on the Jaws, like so right here, guys. I'll leave the link for Groove down below. So you get on groove.com. It has a section for limited edition Jaws Steelbooks, and it has a section for Jaws in 4K. Now, when you click on both of these, it takes you to pretty much the same page, just showcasing all the different editions of Jaws that they have on Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, all the different multi-pack editions and all that stuff. But in particular, we're going to be discussing 5 different releases that are coming out, and all this stuff that we have scrolling down towards the bottom are all the past releases of Jaws on physical media. But let's go to the top, and we do have Jaws 3, so it looks like we're going to get a standard edition. And I imagine, guys, look, this came up when Twister on 4K was announced. Like, is that going to have a slipcover? Is it not? It's showing it without a slipcover. I anticipate that Jaws 3 and Jaws the Revenge will get slipcover editions because the first 2 did. Or the first one actually got like a lenticular cover, and then later on it got reissued with a slipcover. But the second one that came out last year had a slipcover when it came out. So I expect that both Jaws 3 and Jaws the Revenge will have slipcovers. So slipcover fans, slip Nazis out there, as some people call them, can rejoice because you are getting your piece of cardboard on your 4K release. But anyway, let's click on Jaws 3, see if there's anything new that's coming with this. This is available to pre-order right now, guys. All these releases are coming out on July the 23rd. So I knew it was going to be July because that's the perfect time to release a Jaws movie on 4K. I think the first one came out in July. Actually, I feel like the first one might have come out in June of 2020, but the second one came out at the beginning of last July, and these are coming out towards the end of July. But I am super excited to watch these movies, guys. It just, when it's summertime, like in the middle of the summer, it just feels like time to watch the Jaws movie. So I may go back and just rewatch all 4 of them on 4K this summer and have a hell of a time because I really do enjoy all these movies. But let's look at the cover right here, guys. It's available to pre-order for $24.99. And guys, if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button. I haven't yet told you all to do that yet, but hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We talk about physical media, guys. If you want a spot where we talk about all the latest and greatest in physical media, new releases and stuff like that, if you want the inside scoop, guys, like as it happens, you got to follow this channel. You got to subscribe. So yeah, right here we got the cover with a different angle. And then right there we have the back. So I don't anticipate there's going to be any new special features here. You know, I could be wrong. Let me try to zoom in on this. Enhance, enhance, enhance. Is it going to enhance? So yeah, you got Jaws 3 in 3D on Blu-ray. See Jaws 3 the way it was originally shown in theaters to experience a third dimension of terror. Okay, so are they going to include the 3D Blu-ray here? That's that might be pretty cool if they include the 3D Blu-ray in this, which I think they might be. I'm trying to look at the information here, but there are two discs here. There's a Blu-ray and there's a 4K. Um, all right, so to watch the 3D version of this movie, you need a full HD 3D TV compatible 3D glasses, a Blu-ray 3D player, or a Sony PlayStation 3 or later and high-speed HDMI cable. Okay, so you will need the 3D TV if you want to take full advantage of your Blu-ray 3D, but very cool that they're including the 3D version of Jaws, the 3D disc. So um very awesome. So yeah, Jaws 3 4K Ultra HD plus the Blu-ray UHD, and that's coming out on 7/23 of 2024. Let me zoom out. Bam, and we'll go back and then we'll talk about the Steelbook because there is a Jaws 3 Steelbook as well. Now this is available to pre-order for $29.99, and this is pretty much the same design as the Jaws 2 Steelbook. It's the poster, but it's reversed. I don't think it's exactly the same though, as far as the Jaws 3 poster in this, as it was with Jaws 2. Like that felt like the poster just like reversed from the shark's point of view, whereas this image feels a little bit different to me. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it's kind of different. But you got the Jaws 3 right there. I love these steelbooks though, guys. Like I have a hard time like deciding because I have Jaws 1 and Jaws 2, both the steelbooks, and I also have both the slipcover versions. Well, the first one I've got the lenticular, then I got the slipcover. So I feel like with this, like I'll probably end up getting the slipcover versions, and I'll also get the steelbooks as well. I'm just a massive fan of this franchise, guys. I just really am. And then we got the side view or the little like, angled view of Jaws 3, the 4K steelbook. Really nice looking steelbook. But right here, guys, you get the full look at this steelbook. So let me see if I can zoom in on that just a little bit. Bear with me so you guys can get a better look at that steelbook. So really cool. You got Dennis Quaid right there. So that's awesome. And it shows you the back right there. You got the SeaWorld background with the shark fin coming out. Such a cool moment in the movie, guys. I love Jaws 3. I don't know why people don't like Jaws 3. Can somebody let me know in the comment section? I've always been a big fan of the movie, but admittedly, it's a lot of nostalgia. Like I was probably 10 when I watched this movie all the time. I honestly, like when I was a kid, I wanted to rewatch Jaws 2 and Jaws 3 like over the first one. Like I just love both of them. I thought they were more fun. And now, now that I'm older, obviously the first one's one of my all-time favorite films. I recognize the greatness of it. But the third one I've always thought is good. Like it's just a lot of fun. So I am super excited to see what this looks like in 4K, guys. I know that some of the effects that they use may not age as well, and it may not look the best in 4K. It may not be as strong of a transfer as the first one and the second one, but I'm sure there's going to be parts that look excellent in 4K for sure. But let's see if there's any more information. And guys, look, I know some people have had trouble ordering and pre-ordering from Groove. I never have personally. Like every time I've ordered a Steelbook or a 4K or anything from Groove, like I've got the dual Steelbook from them. I've got the 8 Mile Steelbook from them before. I've got a few Steelbooks from them, and the Alfred Hitchcock sets I've gotten from Groove. I've never had a bad experience from Groove. Like they always pack it very well, and a lot of times it will come early. But all right, let's go ahead and back out of this, and we will get into Jaws: The Revenge. We'll get into that 3-pack at the end, but let's click on Jaws: The Revenge. So the 4K of Jaws: The Revenge is $24.99 as well. Let me zoom out on this. I might want to keep it that way, but there's the angled look. There's the reverse. You got a bonus feature here, the alternate ending. That's the only thing they got. That's my only issue with these releases, guys, the fact that Universal is not doing any extra bonus features or anything like that. Like, it would have been cool if they could have got, some people to come back and talk about Jaws: The Revenge for sure. Now, this movie's got Michael Caine in it, so that's pretty interesting. I'll be honest, though, it's been a long time since I've seen Jaws: The Revenge. Like, I didn't know who Michael Caine was when I was a kid, and it's honestly probably been at least 20 years since I've seen this movie. So I'm actually really excited to revisit this one on 4K for sure. And then, of course, you got the same actress, Brody's wife from the first and second film that came back to do this movie as well. And then we'll kind of scroll down. This does have 2 discs. It looks like all these have the 4K and the Blu-ray. And that's the thing with Universal. They haven't really gone the way of Warner Brothers or Paramount where they've stopped putting the Blu-rays in there. They usually will put the Blu-rays in their 4K releases still. But yeah, guys, Jaws the Revenge on 4K. Let's back out, take a look at the Steelbook. I'll scroll down. And I'm trying to get a gauge for how much this looks like the poster for Jaws the Revenge in reverse, because I think this one does a much better job of looking like the reverse angle of the poster from Jaws the Revenge. So yeah, really cool image though. Like I said, I just love this from the shark's perspective, from the shark's mouth look. But this one's available to pre-order for $29.99. Let me show you the angled view, and we do have the Jaws the Revenge in all its glory right there as well. Let me zoom in on this. So who's getting a Jaws the Revenge 4K Steelbook? First off, who doesn't like this movie? But you're going to get it because you want all the Jaws Steelbooks in your collection. Let me know if you're one of those people in the comment section below. No shame. I do that kind of stuff all the time. I actually like these movies, though, or at least I remember liking this movie. Maybe I don't when I revisit it. But Jaws the Revenge, really cool design on it. I'll be honest, like the interior artwork doesn't grab me on this one. But I do like the back artwork on it just from what I'm seeing. But pretty cool Steelbook for sure. Let me go ahead and back out of here. Let me bring this out just a tad bit. And then we'll back out and take a look at the 3-pack. Sorry, guys. I'm not looking to edit too much here. So if I fumble and bumble, like I usually say, you just got to bear with me. All right, let's click on the Jaws 3-movie collection for $59.99. So this is a good option, guys. If you did not get Jaws 2 on 4K, like all of these movies in one collection for $60, like that's not a bad price considering that 3 and The Revenge are $50 by themselves, just the regular editions, and 2 I think is going for like $18 or $19 right now. So to get them all together, you're going to save about $10 to get all these together in this collection. So if you didn't buy it last year, I don't know why they can't lump the first one in here. Like, is there some kind of, because these are all Universal, like is there some kind of licensing deal where they can't release these? Like they can't release all 4 of them together? Because I kind of assumed they would do some kind of like digipack set like they did with Back to the Future or the Alfred Hitchcock movies or the Universal Monsters. Like if they were going to do a multi-pack set, I just assumed that they would do all of them together in just one set with like the envelopes and stuff like that. I know people don't like that packaging, but like I just assumed they would do that. But now they're just doing this regular, what looks to be just a slipcover. Like this is not a box set of any kind. And they did the same thing with the Blu-ray, guys. They had all 3 of these Jaws sequels and a Blu-ray set together, and I think a DVD set together as well. But it looks like it has, all 3 of the Jaws sequels. I guess they just think the first one is just so far ahead of these in terms of quality and notoriety and how many people care about that film. They didn't want to lump them all in together. Just like Jaws, one of the greatest films of all time, directed by Steven Spielberg. And here's all these crappy sequels right here. You guys can get them if you want to as well. But right here, guys, you can see the back. I like that it has all the posters on the back as well. I think that's cool for sure. And then we got Jaws 3-movie collection. With the slipcover, showing it without the slipcover, and then you get all the discs. So all 3 4Ks and then 3 Blu-rays. I'm trying to see if there's any spec announcements on this. Like I'm assuming these have the HDR, they have the Dolby Vision. I might have to look at the back, see if I can see this or not. So I'm seeing Dolby Atmos. I am seeing Dolby Atmos, but I'm not seeing. Let me get on blu-ray.com real quick, guys. Again, I apologize. I feel like these went up on blu-ray.com today as well, so they may have the scoop on here. They may not, because these aren't even up for pre-order. But I feel like they at least had the announcements up. All right, so this is saying it has HDR. It has HDR, but no Dolby Vision with these releases. It doesn't look like. And I'm not sure if Jaws 2 was the same way or not. I'm guessing that it was. Because why would you do it for that, not these? But yeah, that one just had HDR as well. So I'm assuming that Jaws the Revenge just has the HDR and no Dolby Vision. But let me know if that's a deal breaker for any of you guys. I know people get disappointed when it doesn't have the Dolby Vision. I definitely do for sure. But there you have it, guys. That's all the Jaws releases in a nutshell. Jaws 3, Jaws the Revenge. Let me know if you're excited for these releases, guys. Let me know if you're going to be purchasing any of these sequels on 4K. I'm excited, guys. I like the Jaws movies and I want to have the whole franchise and the collection on 4K. I think this is exciting. Are you excited? Let me know in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe, like this video, turn on those bell notifications for all future videos, and follow me on all of my social media accounts. Those links are down below in the description, as is all the pre-order links for all of these guys I will have down below in the description as well. And we'll see you next time.